What you feel now? What you know about to be real? I got to be real. Hey y'all, where y'all been? Where have you been? Welcome back to Reality and Balance, Words of Power Oracle reading. So we're going to get into an Oracle reading just to continue to highlight all of those better parts of you that are surrounded by you that will continue to encourage you to operate from the highest aspects of yourself. Okay, so these words of power are directly streaming from your higher self, all right, your ancestors who have already transcended from this reality, or your spiritual team that is surrounding you that's continuing to encourage you. So through these reflections, we are all inspired, and you are inspired as well. Let's get into a quick reading, you guys. Let's see what it does. Let's see what it does for you. Gratitude. Thank y'all for being here. Thumbs up the video and check out realityandbalance.com if you want to know more insights and highlights on how to uplift yourself. My life is in process. It's the first Words of Power affirmation and number 19. My life is in process. So what's the next Words of Power affirmation reading that we can tell for the individual that's surrounding their aura, their environment, that wants to consistently elevate them higher and higher and higher? What is the next Words of Power affirmation we have? Number 17, I reclaim my sense of imagination. So I can pretty much already see where the reading is leading to. This is for a different individual. This is for an individual. Okay, because I'm thinking of my last readings that I did prior before this one. And this one is different. Okay, there's no pattern. This feels like a whole new body already. Is there another message? Okay, I'm getting some vibrations. Okay, here's your third message, a reminder. So they only want to discuss and explore these two Words of Power affirmations that are working for you right now. Just these two. The third one is continue to rebalance yourself. This is how I knew this is for a different individual. So right away, we have 1 and 9. My life is in process. We can do the summation, which is 10, but let's look at this individual solution that's here already right in front of us. This one unity, one union with thyself. Okay, 1 I am. 9. Okay, this is before number 10. This is where, you know, we have elevated from the singular. Now we have entered quite on the brink of double digits, right? With this 9 in transformation. Transformation is always here, okay? But when it's on number 9, this means that you are inspired, you are here, you are on this next level in awareness in your transformation here. Beauty, bliss, love, and gratitude is here. So let's get into it, because when I see this affirmation, my life is in process, excuse me, process stands out a lot. So you are still going through the process of life. You are still deciphering. You are still putting things to the side, right? You are still dividing things. You are still figuring out what is working for you. You are still removing yourself from places and from individuals that are not here for you. This here is letting you know that your life is in process. And with the number 10 here is a deeper transformation dealing with this solution on this earth plane. Okay, 10 is giving this earth level of balance and abundance, operating at the same instance. But here you're working with the 1, the unison of the I am, and the 9 in transformation. This is why the 10 is here already, but you are close to being there. I feel like this is what's going to help you elevate to the next step with I reclaim my sense of imagination. Again, you have the number 1 and now you have 7. Of course, the summation is number 8. 1 is still that wholeness. Now 7, we're dealing with the divinity of the ancestral plane of your ancestors here, encouraging you, this really deep spiritual wisdom in number 7 that's residing here, that's giving you this 8. Your life is in process, right? Your ancestor, your spiritual guides, they want you to reclaim your sense of imagination. This is what I like to talk about the most, reclaiming your sense of imagination. Those wonderful and beautiful bursts of ideas, okay, that populates. One that continues to follow, because there's so many different ways to reclaim your sense of imagination. Maybe it's the sense of imagination you had once when you were a child, or it's just your sense of imagination with just creating, through your imagination. Opposite of research, opposite of going online and researching, this is definitely getting the pen or the pencil and the paper and writing it down, your creative ability. That is the best way to reclaim your sense of imagination and will help you elevate from this process that's going on, right? With this, they're saying like kind of like double-minded division process here. Do you feel like this is the right place, or is that a right place, or if this is the right place, position, right? This is where the process is. This is where the process is coming through. The stimulation of processing you, yourself, your environment. Alrighty. And this is how you get out of this traction of processing and to divide, is by reclaiming your sense of imagination. Your sense of imagination is going to come intuitively when you write it down, when you are in tune with your talents, with your skills. That is reclaiming your sense of imagination, because now the divine is like, okay, we are beyond time. Now we can stretch and elevate, because this is something you cannot operate from off of a computer with research, by with someone telling you what to do. Reclaiming your sense of imagination is something you are already born with, something you already have written within you. And you know it's going to be unique. And you know it might be a little strange, and it's definitely going to be odd, because it is an empty thing that you can perceive out here, that you can research. But what is unseen is that your spiritual team are wanting you to use your sense of imagination, because they don't want robots. Not to say it like that, but it's not about what they want, but they don't want you to operate as a robot. And they want you to use your clear sense of intuition here. This is why this is 8. This is why there is abundance here for you right now, by reclaiming your sense of imagination. 8 is that currency, right? You see the symbol of, well, I see the symbol in my mind, right? They're telling me like the helium symbol, the helium or the helix symbol, something like that, right? Where it curves right directly in the center, but on both ends, the circular currency are even on both sides. So your current in each flow of abundance on each level, and abundance in each level of awareness. And a lot of times your abundance is uniquely crafted within you, and you will only receive it by reclaiming your sense of imagination. And like I said, it's going to be unique, it's going to be weird, it's going to be strange, it's going to stand out. And that is where it is supposed to do. Because if the divine will give it to you just straight away, right away, straight facts, you know what I'm saying? Like a streamline or something, then you're going to overthink it. You're going to be disagreeable. and you're going to argue. But when it is slowly birthed as a seed and you can see the growth of the process of it, of your imagination, is where the true abundance comes from within. This was your third card. You are a survivor. Remain in action on your healing journey every day. All right, every day remain in action. Remain in action is remaining in awareness. Being in awareness is being grounded. Being grounded is keeping your hormones and your metabolic panel in line and in sync. Okay? Your life is in process, but it's right there on this bridge of being to this number 10 year that we already here. Check out my number 10 year video, and this will make so much more sense for you. You're that 1 and you're this 9 operating right now, figuring it out. The best solution is by reclaiming your sense of imagination. This is where your abundance is coming from. Your sense of imagination. This is for everyone. This is where your abundance is within your imagination, your creative ability to create all abilities. And I send you love and I send you gratitude on this reading for you. Be sure to check out my website, realityandbalance.com. I went ahead and added a new tool resource, right? I'm doing clarity calls. So I'm doing clarity calls for 3 different readings. Feel free to check out my website. I went ahead and wrote a blog. I wrote a blog in relation to this clarity call where we will decide on 3 different readings for you to receive more clarity in your life, in your solutions, okay, in your path, right? So we got the Words of Power reading, which is my own cards. We have the Currency Abundance reading, which is my own cards also. And we have the Love Oracle reading, which aren't my cards, or the Voodoo Tarot reading. I do have the Voodoo Tarot reading as well, okay, for a clarity. Enjoy these moments. Talk to you soon. Bye.